Was good chat. I ain't even late. 1 to 10. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back. 30 scariest animal encounters of the year. This was 3 years ago, so this will be the 30 scariest animal encounters of 2022.
At Ranthambore National Park, a group of friends' average safari drive quickly turned into a nightmare when they were horrifyingly chased by a hungry tiger. At first, they began recording after spotting movement in the bushes
Sophia
up
with
ahead.
the 5.
Oh my god, he's up. Oh my god, he's gonna jump on us.
Now in serious fear,
gotta
the
be
tourists
messed up.
continue driving down the road in hopes of being left alone. But the vicious tiger, unfortunately,
Dude, don't tigers just like straight up clear lions too?
has other plans.
That's why you stay home and play video games? Facts! Well, there's still some music playing. What's going on? Hold up. Whoa. Here we go,
Not trying to risk their safety any longer, they thankfully decide to drive at full speed away from the area.
See, y'all
altogether.
smart. Some folks just sit there, record, act like the camera gonna
The
say.
beginning of this clip shows a
GG.
group of tourists slowly approaching an enormous bison peacefully grazing on grass in Yellowstone National Park.
Oh, he cute!
Oh my God. Eventually, the animal seems to be getting agitated, so some of the tourists try to evacuate the area. But
The smart ones.
that only makes the beast angrier.
Oh, never mind. They're dumb for that. No!
Fortunately, the herbivore stops and leaves the group alone in the end. A sunny day in Valewater, South Africa.
Oh my goodness, G to the G! It's a hippo video. I keep telling y'all, do not play with these hippos!
These men had their enjoyable safari ride take a truly unpredictable turn when they got charged by a furious hippo. Before anything, they begin recording when they notice the curious animal slowly approaching their car from the road behind them.
Chat, the things with hippos is they look so whimsical and goofy. It's hard to imagine that that's like the most dangerous animal on the planet. Even would completely clear an elephant, by the way. 1v1 elephant versus hippo. Hippo wins that every day of the week. So.
Not expecting much to go wrong, they attempt to continue their unusual observation while they have the chance.
Man,
when
you need to
things
take off.
very suddenly go south. Luckily for them, they gain sufficient speed where the animal gives up on the chase and they continue driving away altogether. Manapools National Park. A group of vacationers were
Oh, we saw this one. This is when there's like just casually an elephant right
peacefully
behind them while they're
enjoying
eating.
their breakfast when a furious elephant came and did the unthinkable. At the beginning of the video, the
Yeah, we
tourists
saw this when the elephant just starts tearing stuff up.
temper and the attack. The officials dismissed them.
Y'all remember that one? We saw that one the other
While
day.
fishing for muskie, this fisherman nearly jumped to his death when a snake randomly decided to pay him a visit. The video opens with the fisherman driving to his chosen location, and upon reaching the said location, he gets into his boat. After getting comfortable in the boat, the man sets up his camera and begins to
I feel like I'm watching a paranormal video with this music in the background, by the way.
prepare his fishing gear. Once that is done, he wastes no time throwing in a line.
Now what is in the world is that thing doing trying to eat that?
For quite some time, all seems to be going as planned, and the enthusiastic fisherman even manages to secure his first catch. And then, out of nowhere, the unthinkable happens. In a fortunate
Fun fact for you, chat. If you're ever like in a body of water or something and you see a black snake keeping its head above the water, it's poisonous. I can't remember what exactly the snake is, but one of those snakes, when they're swimming, keeps their head above the water. So if you ever see this right here when his head's above the water, you better get up out of there. Feet? Oh my lord. Y'all always talk about some feet, man. This ain't got nothing to do with no feet.
In a fortunate turn of events, the snake makes its way out of the boat, leaving the frightened man unharmed.
Lord have
While
mercy.
checking trail cameras with his friend Rachel, this man spotted a sneaky mountain lion spying on them through the bushes and immediately started to panic.
There's a f***ing mountain lion right here. Get back, mountain lion.
He ain't doing nothing, he's just standing there. You yelling at him.
Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back.
He's just standing there.
Go, lion.
As the animal shows no signs of backing down, the pair do their best to de-escalate the situation while trying to back away.
Doing his best to de-escalate the situation, he's hooting and hollering. Buddy, you know what I'd have been doing? I'd have got me a can of Friskies wet cat food out of my back pocket and been like, kitty. And I'd have gave him the food and I'd have petted him and I'd have went on about my way. You want to know why? Because I like cats and they wouldn't have killed me. Because the cat would have been able to realize, oh, this dude's cool, I'm not going to kill him.
Slowly.
Get back.
De-escalate.
Just chill.
Bro, she doesn't like you, man. She does not like you, dude. I see what this is now. This dude's trying to impress Rachel over here. Mark, she's not interested.
Get back. You're good. Chill. Just chill.
Yeah, you're so brave. You're over here hooting and hollering at this little kitty.
Hey, get back. Get back.
A few moments pass, and the animal nonchalantly starts to retreat back into the woods, giving them the chance to make their escape.
Hey, get back. We're here. We're still here. Go away, mountain lion. We're still here. Oh, it's scratching its claws.
Fortunately, after a while, the mountain lion decides to leave the hikers be, and they make it out safely.
He probably thought he was so tough. He's like, yeah, man, she likes me now. When he turned the camera to Rachel and he was like, you good? She was like, oh, she didn't even care.
This intense clip picks up right as these brave men attempt to scare a nearby tiger away from their village. Unfortunately, the
tiger?
situation escalates rather quickly.
I just watched somebody die.
Luckily for them, the predator decides to spare the men at the very last second and ends up leaving the area completely. A 45-year-old man in Bangkok, Thailand was watching TV in his lounge when he heard some hissing sounds coming out of his living room wall. Having no idea of the terrible situation he was in, he called for help. The rescuers came in and decided to break the plasterboard wall, but what came out of it sent chills down the spine of everyone there. It was a huge python living in that wall for God knows how
That is so creepy. That is actually just creepy.
long. Rescuers tried getting it out, but it stubbornly remained inside the wall.
Hey, hey, big dog. That's your house now. I'd have started grabbing my stuff. As soon as he busted the wall out and I seen a little bit of a snake, I'd have started packing.
When the snake finally did come out, it was measured to be 15 feet in length and was transported back to the wild.
That is crazy.
This next horrifying clip begins by showing a man inside a shark cage, recording his experience under the deep, dark, and dangerous ocean.
God, he's 2 feet under the water. This dude just said that like he's in a Mariana Trench or something. Dog, he can reach his hand up and be at the surface. This dude said that like he was scuba diving 8,000 feet under.
This next horrifying clip begins by showing a man inside a shark cage, recording his experience under the deep, dark, and dangerous ocean.
And you can literally see the surface.
While waiting for sharks to circle him, his expectations are quickly thrown out the window when an aggressive and hungry shark does something unexpected. Against all odds,
You know
the
what, Chad? I don't know this.
chilling encounter
Okay,
is far
yeah. So he accidentally hit the cage here. He went for the food, and then he got the food. He tried to swim off, and he just accidentally ran into the cage.
from over as the large predator gets its mouth completely stuck in the cage. Unable to free itself, it starts to panic. Thankfully, after a while, the shark manages to wiggle its mouth out, swimming
You could have been a doll and gave him a little push, but okay.
away afterwards. The clip begins intensely with a silverback gorilla scaring a group of tourists
Gigi!
by doing something extremely terrifying and unexpected. After the first charge, the giant primate does not leave the group alone and continues to harass the tourist, trying
Dude,
to
I
take
like
pictures of
gorillas,
them.
man.
Come this way. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't run, don't run.
Dude, there's just never a situation where I'm going to be anywhere near this thing. Why are they just out there with the gorilla? Why?
Trying to de-escalate the situation, the group makes their movements as silent and slow as possible to avoid angering the gorilla further.
Well, go home.
It's a good time for a picture.
Huh?
Can I take a picture now? Okay.
Ma'am.
This seems to work, and the animal starts to walk away, but it unfortunately decides to show them one last act of aggression. Luckily, it let go of the woman relatively quickly, leaving no
Bro
one
just
harmed.
playing. Bro was just playing around, I'm not going to
Calmly
lie.
walking around in the African wilderness, this Russian tourist came
What are
across
you
a huge
doing? This cannot be real.
hippo and suddenly decided to run after it.
Сейчас будем бежать за бегемотом.
This is actually the dumbest person alive. Well, they're probably not still alive. This was 3 years ago. At the time of this recording, this was the dumbest person alive. I actually cannot believe this.
Surprisingly, the animal immediately runs in fear as the brave man keeps chasing
The
it
brave man? You mean the dumbest human being breathing oxygen, man?
down. Feeling satisfied with what he's done, he simply turns around and goes back to minding his own business. This terrifying video starts off with two hunters in a tree stand who had just spotted a black bear below them and quickly started recording.
Yo, cut this music out, cuh.
Moments later, the predator becomes overly curious and tries to climb up their tree, prompting them to prepare for the worst.
I'm not doing a debunking. This isn't a debunking video, sir. It's a bear trying to climb a tree. You make it sound like I'm about to see somebody die. He cute.
Cautious
Give him something
and
to
afraid
eat.
of the black bear getting close to them, the man recording decides that he has no other choice but to pull out his bear spray. And do
No!
this.
Why you spraying him?
After getting sprayed in the face, the animal can finally be seen running away from those hunters' tree, going as far as possible.
Man, I'd have let him eat.
In Miami, Florida, a sewer fishing trip got out of hand when the crew members came face to face with a Burmese python. Watch to see what they did next. As soon as the crew initially reaches the sewer they have chosen to fish in, they catch sight of a humongous
Yo, this
snake.
stupid music. I'm about to have to click off this slot. Stop with the piano. I feel like I'm in a Resident Evil save room.
And immediately get the idea of potentially pulling it out.
We were gonna sewer fish and there's a huge snake.
Straight down, there's a huge snake. Right here is right on its body. It's like right above it. Can you guys see that or no?
Frightened and intrigued at the same time.
Let's take the grate off and go down in there and get it. Like,
Then
bro,
decide
what you
to call
do?
their friend Jacob, who has experience with snakes, to
Oh,
handle the
Lord!
situation. A few minutes later, Jacob arrives at the scene, and after putting all necessary safety measures in place, he ventures down the sewer. Moments later, he emerges holding this.
I'm okay.
Yo, I feel like I'm watching a Chilling Scares video with this music. Nah, I can't. You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Smalls, you're killing me. I mean, Lord have mercy. I feel like I'm watching a Chilling Scares video over here. What are we doing? Why do we got full orchestras playing? Like, bruh! Yeah, yeah, you're right. It literally is granny music. It is legitimately Granathy Gloria Garnett music. That's exactly what it sounded like. Hold on. like, bruh, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Huh? Speaking of Chilling Scares. Absolutely goated YouTube channel, by the way. Goated. Have I seen this one, chat? Bro, I got something in my eye again. Did I see that top one? Cap. Which one? Oh my goodness, this one made me so mad. I can't remember if that was the one that we watched. That made me so mad. Y'all remember that goober that was in that tent saying, "Hey, you're scaring me. Get out of here, Bubba." I got a knife. Where's my knife at? Do y'all remember that one, dude? Oh my goodness. Bro, I seen that one. I don't know if I seen this one. I don't think I seen this. Chad, did I see this? I don't think I seen this. I think we watched the serial killer still on the loose today, and I started talking crazy about one of them, then I realized they're still on the loose, so they still after me. They still after me, so I don't think I seen this one. Did we see this? I don't think we did.
This dashcam video was captured in Nuevo Laredo in Mexico. A man and his wife had just crossed the border into the country in the early morning hours of January 3rd, 2020. Shortly after, they were met by...
Okay, chat, 20 seconds has went by. Can y'all tell me if I've seen it? No.
This site. Cars stopped at a light, blocking the road with multiple people standing nearby. As the driver approaches, the car in the middle lane pulls forward and the people outside gesture the driver to pass through.
How y'all doing?
However, just as he tries to do so, a pickup pulls around the corner and blocks the open path. That's when the people outside begin banging on the driver's windows and pulling at the door handles.
Hey, chat. Anytime you're ever driving at night and anybody stops you for any reason, do not stop that car.
It's the cartel.
It's the who? Who is bro's enemies? Dude's a driving genius, though. That was tough.
The group does whatever they can to get the vehicle to stop, but the quick maneuvers of the driver allow him to speed around the blocking vehicles and get away back in the
That was
opposite
actually
direction.
so tough.
Groups such as this one are commonly known to set up roadblock traps like this in different areas. Typically, they'll be looking for passing trucks to steal, which they'll then use for a multitude of different purposes. However, they'll also steal wallets, cell phones, and other valuable items from these unsuspecting drivers. Multiple reports of stolen items, including cars, were filed that morning.
Yo, some goober told me I'm built like Case, so I'll make sure to thank him for calling me tall and absolutely jacked. You're modded. But facts.
In 2011, this job posting was uploaded to Craigslist, asking for someone to watch over a patch of farmland and feed a few cows somewhere in southern Ohio in exchange for $300 a week. It ended up being one of the most notorious cases of ad-related crimes of the decade. The ad read, "Caretaker position for farm, southern Ohio. Simply watch over a 688-acre patch of hilly farmland and feed a few cows. You get $300 a week and a nice 2-bedroom trailer. Someone older and single preferred, but we'll consider all. Relocation a must. You must
Single preferred.
have a clean record and be trustworthy. This is a permanent position. The farm is used mainly as a hunting preserve, is overrun with game, has a stocked 3-acre pond, but some beef cattle will be kept. Nearest neighbor is a mile away. The place is secluded and beautiful. It will be a
Chad,
real
it's good that y'all were never in potential danger from this one, because y'all are not looking for no job, buddy.
getaway for the right person. Job of a lifetime. If you are ready to relocate, please contact ASAP. Position will not stay open. Include name, age, phone number, and email.
Hey, y'all good on this one.
Some of the men who responded to the ad were interviewed directly by a man who identified himself as
Jobs
Jack,
with the file.
along with his 16-year-old accomplice, Brogan Rafferty, whom he referred to as his nephew.
Jack
The
and
candidates who
Brogan?
made it to the interview stage said they didn't notice anything strange about Jack or his so-called nephew, and that they just looked like a couple of farmers who needed someone to look after their land. Scott Davis, a 48-year-old man who was interviewed by Jack over breakfast at a little restaurant in Marietta, Ohio, was the second to last candidate to go through the screening process for the job. After breakfast, he rode with Jack and Brogan to a remote wooded area near Akron. Immediately after getting out of the car to survey his surroundings, Davis heard a clicking sound. He turned around to see Jack pointing a gun at him. It was then that he realized that the click he heard had been the gun misfiring, but before he could react, Jack shot him in the elbow. Despite the wound, Davis managed to escape. He ran for his life for 7 hours through the woods, eventually finding a house and asking the owner for help.
7 hours of running. I'd have died 2 minutes in.
They called 911, and news about the incident began to spread. 5 days later, police received a call from a woman named Deborah Bruce, who claimed that her 51-year-old twin brother David Pauly had responded to the same job ad on Craigslist. According to Deborah, her brother had driven from Virginia to Ohio with all his belongings in his car, in the hopes that the new job would work out for him and help him get back on his feet. Tragically, a couple days later, police found the body of David Pauly, along with the body of another victim by the name of Ralph Geiger, buried in the woods close to where Scott Davis had been shot in the elbow. At this point in the case, investigators were able to identify a pattern in the victims. Jack and Brogan targeted homeless, down on their luck, or otherwise vulnerable middle-aged men with limited family ties and lured them to an isolated location under the appearance of a life-changing job opportunity.
Why?
Later rob them of all their belongings and shoot them on the spot. Their hope was that because of their few family ties, their disappearance would go unnoticed, giving Jack and Brogan enough time to bury the bodies and get rid of the evidence. This pattern explains why certain candidates were rejected.
Just evil for no reason. Wait, are they still on the loose? Hold on, I take back what I just said.
During the interview process, such as 58-year-old Ron Sanson, a former Navy officer with a college degree, and an unnamed woman in her 20s who had also applied for the job. During the investigation, police traced the Craigslist ad, which led them to the home of a man named Joe Bice in Akron, Ohio.
I thought they was about to say Joe Bart for me. I was like, what?
Named woman in her 20s who had also applied for the job. During the investigation, police
I was like, Joe, what was you doing? You was killing people in 2011?
Craigslist ad, which led them to the home of a man named Joe Bice
But I could have sworn about to say that.
Akron, Ohio. He denied posting the ad and claimed that it was probably posted by the man who rented out his basement space. When police asked Joe Bice for the name of his tenant, he responded that he only knew him as Dutch.
You ain't Dutch Vanderlyn, man. Stop. What year was this? This was about 2011. This is like a year. This was like a year after Red Dead 1 came out. This dude was wanting to be Dutch so bad. Well, let me stop talking until I see what happened to him.
Posting the ad and claimed that it was probably posted by the man who rented out his basement space. When police asked Joe Bice for the name of his tenant, he responded that he only knew him as Dutch. Investigators were able to track Dutch down thanks to a phone call that he made to Joe Bice, unaware that his landlord had been in contact with the police. On November 16, 2011, police arrested Dutch and identified—
Yeah, this dude actually thought he was Dutch Van. This dude played Red Dead 1 as soon as it came out. And this dude was trying to cosplay as Dutch Vanderlyn from Red Dead 1. So someone go on Craigslist. What a dummy, man.
him as 52-year-old Richard
Lovers Rock with the 10, thank you.
Scott Davis immediately confirmed that this was the same man who had interviewed him at the restaurant and shot him in the woods. Apparently, Richard Beasley had fled from the police and used different identities to avoid being detected, even using the names of some of his victims. Around that time, police also arrested Brogan Rafferty, Richard Beasley's teenage accomplice. At the time, Brogan was a 16-year-old high school student from Stowe, Ohio, whom Beasley had mentored and taken under his wing. Police searched Rafferty's house and found several weapons, as well as a disturbing poem hidden in his computer files from August 16, 2011. The chilling poem read, "We took him out to the woods on a humid summer's night. The loud crack echoed and I didn't hear the thud." Investigators later determined that the poem described the murder of Ralph Geiger, one of the victims police had found in the woods. A few days later, on November 25th, a fourth victim, a 47-year-old man named Timothy Kern, was found dead in the woods.
They just killing people just to do it, bro. That's
in 2013,
crazy.
Brogan Rafferty was sentenced to life without parole, and Richard Beasley was sentenced to execution after being found guilty of 27 total accounts of aggravated murder, aggravated robbery, kidnapping, and possession of illegal weapons. This innocent-looking job ad ended up being one of the most notorious luring posts in the site's history, and it played a strong contributing role to the sketchy connotation that Craigslist carries nowadays.
That's crazy, man. People just be able to be
choice
evil.
hotels. You get
On January 2nd, 2016, a disturbing ad was posted in the personal section of Craigslist. The personal section was a place where people could post personal ads for a variety of reasons.
Hey.
It was an interesting mix between an online dating platform, a space where people could rant and share their opinions on personal experiences, and a place for people to find friends with similar interests.
Hey, hold up.
Although most people use the personal section for legitimate reasons, it was also notorious for scams and other illegal activities, which is why Craigslist completely removed the section in 2018.
Chad, is Craigslist still a thing?
This particular ad was posted by a person claiming to be a serial killer. Disturbingly, the post mentioned 2 public officials by name, and the person who uploaded the ad said that they would strike again. The ad read, "Tulsa murder. I was wanting to thank Tulsa for letting me have my first kill. It all started here, so I was thinking it should also be my first. I was nervous as hell, but I will get over it. It was a stranger on stranger, so the police will have a difficult time. It will not be my last though. Thinking about going to OKC for next. To the people who started it all, Julie Free, Judge Glasgow." On the day that it was posted,
Daisy with the 5, thank you.
the ad was immediately reported to the police, and an investigation was launched by the Tulsa Police Department. Specifically, the ad thanked a woman named Julie Free, an employee of the Department of Corrections, and Judge Glasgow.
Mom, I know you did not just come in here and type recap in my chat. Yo, Mom, I know you did not just type recap in here. I'll cut this stream off. My mom just came here to type recap. You gotta be kidding me. She rage baiting, bruh.
Who worked in the probate division of the Tulsa County District Court. The post thanked them and referred to them as the people who started it all. Because Julie Free and Judge Glasgow worked in overlapping departments and would sometimes interact with the same offenders, police believe that the ad had to have been posted by someone who had at some point been involved in the criminal justice system, and that it might have been an act of revenge to stain their image.
That's crazy.
Craigslist provided the Tulsa Police Department all the information available about the post, but it didn't really lead anywhere. According to the police, there had been no recent crimes that matched.
Chad, did one of y'all send this? Be honest. We're gonna crack this case right now. Was it one of y'all?
The description provided in the ad. The police department said that the ad was probably a hoax, but they never found any evidence to prove it, which means it's still possible the post could have been legit. The homicide unit claimed that they had seen a similar situation before when a 918 number texted random people disturbing questions about where to bury a body. The thing about the ad that alarmed the police was that it specifically named 2 public officials, but to this day it hasn't been confirmed whether this was just some sort of revenge hoax or if something much more sinister was going on.
Crazy. Chad, Craigslist back in the day was
In August
crazy.
of 2014, an 18-year-old girl named Haley Turner posted a Craigslist notice stating that she was, quote, looking to be abducted and taken away.
Run that by me again, Big Chillin'.
In August of 2014, an 18-year-old girl named Haley Turner posted a Craigslist notice stating that she was, quote, looking to be abducted and taken away. Although the post immediately gained a lot of online attention, as far as I was able to find, images of the actual ad itself are no longer available. On August 7th, Haley left her house in Michigan and told her mother that she was going to run an errand. A few minutes later, she called a friend on the phone. During the conversation, she mentioned to her friend that she had noticed a man lying in the ditch in the middle of the road, and that she was going to get out of her car to see if he was okay. A few seconds later, Haley uttered the words, "He has a gun," and the phone was suddenly disconnected. Terrified, the friend immediately called Haley's father, who drove to the area just north of Ohio in Bedford Township.
It sounds like the dude that kidnapped her made the ad to cover it up.
And found his daughter's car running in the road, but Haley was nowhere to be found. Haley was immediately reported as a missing person, and an investigation was launched to find her. Strangely, police found that at 10:06 p.m. on August 7th, Haley had rented the DVDs for 2 movies from a
August what?
missing person, and an investigation was launched to find her. Strangely, police found that at 10:06 p.m. on August
10:06 p.m.
7th.
August 7th. It is 10:18 p.m. August 7th. What are the actual odds?
Haley had rented the DVDs for 2 movies from a family video store a few miles from Toledo, Ohio. The phone call with her friend had taken place a few minutes after that. 16 hours after her disappearance, a local resident found Haley standing at a random corner holding a puppy and
It's a sign, Chad. Y'all better lock y'all's doors tonight. Hey, that might be a sign right there. Y'all better lock y'all's doors, Bubba.
Detroit. Although she was completely unscathed, she claimed that she had been abducted at gunpoint the night before and that she had jumped from a moving vehicle to escape her captor. The whole story didn't really seem to add up, and police had a hard time believing her. The video footage from the DVD store where she was last seen didn't show anything suspicious, and there were no signs on her body suggesting that she had been attacked. After hours of questioning, Haley Turner eventually confessed and pleaded guilty to causing a false police report to be filed.
She faked it?
She was sentenced to 3 years probation and 1 month of community service, and was fined $15,000 to reimburse the sheriff's office for the 16-hour search. Although her motives for faking her own abduction were never revealed, her mother mentioned that it had been an emotionally difficult year for her daughter, and that although she didn't justify her behavior, she interpreted the fake abduction as a cry for help. Some of Haley's other strange Craigslist posts indicated that she had a tendency to seek attention online, but these posts have since been deleted and are no longer publicly available.
Man, they had me over here worried, Chad.
Revealed that one man did actually respond to the ad, but Haley decided to fake her disappearance by herself instead of communicating with him.
Can we investigate the guy that responded to the ad?
The fact that someone responded to this ad and was willing to carry out the abduction of an 18-year-old girl for money is pretty concerning. And what makes this even creepier is that the man who responded to Haley's ad asking to be abducted was never found by police.
I can do that. I can do all that. See, why is it buffering?
With Starlink, we didn't have to compromise on where we live due to the lack of technology.
We could.
This creepy post was uploaded to Craigslist on July 21st, 2009 by a man claiming to be a Baltimore area homeowner. The ad pretty much speaks for itself, and it reads, "By now you've probably heard of the Glenn Burney family that stored their 83-year-old grandmother's dead body in a freezer.
What?
It turns out that no law was broken. Yep, dumping a body is legal around here. Healthcare workers and other professionals are required to report deaths, but ordinary citizens are not. And apparently no state law prohibits the burial or storage of a body on private property. I'm a laid-off Baltimore area homeowner. After 10 months of unemployment and the future looking even more grim, I'm willing to consider allowing my backyard to be used for body dumping. Call it a private burial if you prefer. I could probably take a half-dozen bodies without arousing the attention of neighbors. It wouldn't hurt to have one under the garden too. Me, a discreet Baltimore County homeowner with a half-acre of easily tillable property on a quiet dead-end street. You, an individual, not a healthcare worker or other professional required to report a death, with the awkward inconvenience of disposing of a deceased relative, friend, colleague, or acquaintance. You must provide your own trash bags, tarp, quicklime, shovel, etc. I might be available to hold a flashlight, but I won't do any heavy lifting. Accidental deaths or natural causes only. I'm not getting involved in any shenanigans with Omar wannabes."
Buddy, you are getting yourself involved with shenanigans already. What? Lock him up. I've heard enough.
Participant in or any accessory to any sort of crime. This is a limited time offer. Act now before the state legislature changes the law. If and when the law changes, measures failed 10 years ago after the 1999 incident, you'll be grandfathered, literally and figuratively. Price is negotiable. Serious inquiries only.
anything but get a job. Oh my goodness. This goober didn't want to get a job so bad, he was going to start charging people to bury bodies in his backyard. Oh my goodness, anything but get a job, man.
The post itself is off-putting enough, but the context behind the ad is even more disturbing. The links in the ad are both broken, but using the Wayback Machine, I was able to find a 2009 version of the website Welcome to Baltimore Hun, which appears to be a sort of online guide for users to upload news and posts about their experience living in Baltimore.
Bro!
The link in the Craigslist ad leads to a blog post written by a man named Gnome Sane.
Docs!
The article goes deeper into the reason
He ain't sane, buddy, let me tell you.
Why he uploaded the ad to Craigslist and what he hoped to accomplish with his underground private burial business. In the comments, more than a few users asked the man if they could use his backyard for a burial. The fact that the uploader of the ad explicitly mentioned that he wouldn't get involved in any criminal activity by burying anyone who hadn't died of natural causes has created a lot of online speculation. Using his backyard as a body dumping location would have been perfectly legal, and the only reason the ad stayed up for so long was because the man wasn't advertising an illegal service, such as burying people who had been murdered. This has made some people think that the only reason why he mentioned that he wouldn't get involved with any crimes in the first place was so that he could keep his ad up on the site, all while responding to emails and getting involved in much more shady body dumping business behind the scenes.
Sir, do you know what it is, Chad? I just cracked the case wide open. He killed somebody before and buried somebody in his backyard. So he all of a sudden want people to bury everybody in his backyard. So when the police finally find out who he killed and they check his backyard, they're going to check his backyard and find all them bodies, but they're going to find the one that he killed, but he's going to pass it off as I done buried everybody back there, so it has nothing to do with me. I mean, 10,000 IQ move.
But it was never confirmed whether this was actually the case. Despite the disturbing nature of the ad, the claims Gnome Sane made in the Craigslist ad are true. In 2009,
I need to go be a detective, man.
It was legal for ordinary citizens to abstain from reporting a death and dump a body in Maryland, and the incident that he makes reference to in the ad really did happen. In 2009, police were called to an apartment in Glen Burnie, Maryland, because the body of 83-year-old Doris Lee Cook was in the freezer. Police were told that the grandmother had died several weeks ago in the apartment she shared with her family.
R.I.P.
Because they had no money for a proper burial, they stored her body in the freezer for 2 weeks. The other incident that the ad mentions happened in 1999 and involved a 25-year-old father named Richard Marshall, who buried his 4-year-old daughter in a garbage bag in the woods in Severn, Maryland.
What?
The little girl had passed away in an accident 8 months earlier, and because no law was broken, Richard Marshall was only charged for littering. Since then, several measures have been proposed to make body dumping illegal in Maryland. In 2007, a 49-year-old woman from Michigan named Anne Marie Linscott posted a generic freelance job ad on Craigslist. Although the ad has been deleted and no evidence was made publicly available due to the sensitive nature of the incident, the 3 people who responded to the ad claimed that it looked like a job posting for a freelance writing gig. Disturbingly, as soon as the 3 people responded to the ad, they were emailed directly by Anne Marie Linscott, who explained that she was actually looking for a, quote, silent assassin for an eradication task.
Oh,
She told the candidates that she was offering $5,000 to anyone who would eliminate a 56-year-old California woman named Carol.
Ma'am, $5,000? Ain't nobody killing somebody for $5K. Chad, how much money it take you to kill somebody? Say somebody comes up to you, they're like, yo, I need this dude taken care of. Make it quick, just get it done and get out of there. How much it is? Yo, let's get an investigation on the guy that just said for free, by the way. We need to get that dude out of here.
The wife of a man named Dwayne, who Linscott was having an affair with. According to police reports, Anne-Marie and Dwayne had met in an online college course in 2005. That same year, they met in person and began their affair when Dwayne traveled to Nevada for a conference. 2 years later, Anne-Marie visited Dwayne in California, after which she started making plans to move to the West Coast. That's when she posted the murder for hire ad on Craigslist.
$5,000, man. Golly.
Candidates all reported the ad to the police. Investigators tracked down Anne Marie Linscott and arrested her for using the internet to solicit murder. Police later found that she had also planted an explosive outside of Carol's bedroom in California.
What did she
Because
do
it
to
didn't
you?
go off, she wasn't charged for it. After the incident, Carol left her family and career for 3 months and had to be hospitalized for stress. According to Lynn Scott's friends and family, this wasn't the first time that Anne Marie became obsessed with a romantic interest. In 1997,
she wanted the dude, so she was gonna kill her.
fell in love with a coworker who had to get a restraining order after she began stalking him. Anne Marie's lawyer explained that she suffered from borderline personality disorder and severe attachment issues, but that didn't stop the court from sentencing her to 12.5 years in prison in 2009.
That's it?
After serving her 12.5-year sentence, Anne Marie Lynn Scott was only recently released from prison.
I didn't say nothing. I did not say nothing about her. W video. I'm scared.